Okay, so here's a little bit of an addendum to yesterday's video, which is that when I played the challenge, I was like, that's not a square. And then I went to the Discord server and I was like, alright, what the hell, this shape is not a square. And then Andrew was like, no, measure the distances, they're actually all the same, it is a square, right? And then I couldn't sleep last night because I thought I had made a fatal error and I was regretting that I didn't think of this during the challenge because I spent almost 40 minutes on it and I could have really thought about it. So the fallacy that I made while I was playing the challenge was that I was simply using the longitude lines to try and project the square onto the sphere. But the issue with that is, of course, the curvature of the Earth, which is that the Earth is the widest around the equator, and then the more north and south you go, the thinner it'll get. Which means that if you were to project the square onto the sphere using the longitude lines, it wouldn't be a square anymore, right? So actually, if you were to take the sphere and put, I'm gonna use like a piece of scrap paper or something. If you were to put this on here, first of all, it doesn't really work, but you would see that you would not actually be following the longitude lines. Like you would always end up like east or west of the longitude lines. For that reason, it's because of that meme where if you take like a face, and I wanted to get that ready. Let's get it ready, hang on. I cannot even type right now. Bro, I cannot type at all. It's this, right? If you were to project a sphere onto a 2D image, you end up with the Mercator projection for those reasons, and vice versa. So that's what I failed to consider, because I was simply trying to draw a square on the 2D map, and I failed to consider that the Earth is less wide the more north or south you go. And it was also kind of difficult to visualize this, because the equator is not actually the middle of the square that we were drawing. So what I did think about was that the distance to the equator is different depending on where you are. So I was like, okay, maybe the square that we're drawing is not going to look like a square on the map because we're going to be much more north than south, or not really, right? But because there is more area on the 2D map north of the equator, it's going to look more rectangular. That was my thinking. Because when I did some of the measurements, I thought we would be like up here roughly going north, or something like that, which still doesn't quite look like a square, but also doesn't look like, I mean, I don't know, whatever, man. But here's the thing, right? When Andrew was saying, oh, it's a square, just measure the distances, I was still a little bit suspicious of that because of the right angles. I was like, okay, are you sure that you have right angles? And then I went to bed and I was like, oh, he's probably right because of the thing where if you go north, or if you project the 2D sphere, you would end up more east, right? Because of the curvature of the Earth. You cannot go straight north. You have to go a little bit east. You have to go a little bit west, and you would roughly arrive at Kazakhstan. You would roughly arrive at like Montana. So I thought I was stupid. Basically, for that reason, I forgot to consider that. And obviously, it's not going to look like a square on the 2D map for that reason. And also, another dumb thing I said was like, oh, maybe he's talking about the area, right? Because the area is roughly 160,000 square kilometers, and 160,000 is a perfect square, because the square root of that is 400. Obviously, that was a lot of crap, because I missed like 3 digits. It's actually more like 160 million square kilometers, and 160 million is not a perfect square. But ignoring that, I thought I was just wrong. Andrew was right. It is a square because all of the sides have the same length. But then thankfully I got vindicated by Pete, right? Because the issue is that you cannot really project a square onto a sphere because you're going to lose the right angles, right? Because I have this cloth here that I folded to be roughly square shape. It's very hard to project this onto the map because it's been folded multiple times. But let's say we take the distance from like roughly here in Chile to, and that's the issue with the cloth, to, and also with the curvature of the Earth, to roughly here in Eswatini. Oh god, that's too much on my desk. Let's say we try and like fold this, like wrap it around the Earth, right? It doesn't work because it's all falling apart. Like we would roughly arrive at like Montana or Alberta or something, okay. But if we wrap it around the northeast, like the last corner remaining, we would be somewhere around like Voronezh right now. I think I was in like Perm earlier when I was trying to wrap it around the Earth. So that doesn't quite work. Like how do we get to Lake Balkhash, which is like up here? We would have to skew it. But now if we skew it to arrive at Lake Balkhash, we wouldn't really be in Montana anymore. We would be in like what, like Minnesota or something. So that doesn't quite work, because the shortest distance between either of the corners, if you can call them a corner, is by going around like the North Pole, right? Because the fallacy is you would look at these straight lines on the 2D map, but obviously those are not the shortest distance. And these distances, or like these lines, change if you like, okay, it doesn't do that right now. But yeah, if you do it like this, obviously the position of the lines change, because they do not actually resemble reality. They just resemble like the shortest distance on the 2D map, but not in real life. So in real life, the shortest distance from like, what was that, Montana to Lake Balkhash would be by going over Greenland. Or like, you would have to go straight like over the North Pole, right? And the same thing is true for these lines. You would have to go around. And at that point, is it even a square anymore? Because you have to have the right angles. And I think Andrew failed to consider the right angles. You know? Like, just because you have 4 spots on Earth that are equidistant to each other doesn't make it a square. So Andrew was wrong, is the point I'm trying to make. Alright? We can get rid of the cloth, we can get rid of the globe. Which also means we have to play AI Gen Lebanon now for the rest of our lives. Apparently. Also, I didn't script this at all, which means that I kind of stumbled over my words because I forgot what I was saying, and I also forgot what I wanted to say. But oh well, it's what happens. Anyway, that was almost 8 minutes of the video, and we have to play Geonections now. Hell yeah. It looks like the theme of the day is horses, so I'm expecting, what's the country called? Mongolia, maybe? I don't think this is Mongolia. I don't remember where you get this car. But that is a horse. We have Mexico, maybe, with that sign. Yeah, I can see a Mexico here, maybe. Sweden came to mind, maybe. That's the horse. Brazil. Mexico, maybe? I don't think I want to go Mexico. Maybe I do. I don't know. Somewhere in Europe, maybe Sweden. Somewhere in Chile, maybe? Because I thought maybe Chile was possible for the first one. But I don't know if the car's right. Like, I don't know anything. Brazil? I guess you go Mexico here, maybe. Does Mexico even have small cam? I don't know. Maybe this is Mexico. Maybe this is Sweden. Don't know. Sweden. Is it Sweden? Yeah, it is Sweden. We have the flag. Here I go. Don't know. Maybe one of them. Brazil, probably. Maybe Mexico. Okay. Let's try and piece this one together, shall we? All of the Europes are together. That one. This one. Was that a fourth one? Is this Europe? Not that one. This one's Europe, surely. Brazil, that one. This one. This one. And... is this Brazil? I mean, I don't know about the pole. I would go Mexico on that. This looks like Argentina or something. Hang on. So let's say... these are Brazil. This I thought was like Chile. I thought this was Mexico. This, I don't know, maybe Chile is better. This is Brazil, we know that. Don't know. This I would go Mexico on. This I would probably go Mexico on. Which means, I don't know what this is. The poll should tell you, right? Haha. I mean, landscape-wise, I would have thought it's like Mexico, maybe. Do I get banned for going Mexico on this? I don't even know if Mexico has small cam, but then what is this? I mean, the buildings look Mexican to me. Maybe. Concrete poles? Would Mexico have those? I don't know. Like these like square poles? That's how much I know about this game. We just have to vibe it out. I hate that every location has a pole, so it's like tougher to vibe it because you get distracted by that crap. I mean, this looks like Argentina. So I feel like I don't think that's Argentina in here unless I'm making a critical error. I wanted to give this one to Chile, right? I don't even know if Chile has small cam. I feel like I have to trust the buildings and go Mexico on that one. I don't know. And then Chile on this one maybe, and I guess we send Brazil on this because this is never Chile. And then I hate this. I really don't like it. We don't have what? Why do we have 5 Mexicos? That can't be right. That's not Brazil. Yeah, I wanted to give this one to Brazil, didn't I? Would I go Brazil in this? Maybe I would rather go Mexico. This is so wrong. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Only yellow is correct. I'm gonna do this in normal mode because I actually don't know. So that's Sweden. So Brazil, right? Like I do think these 3 are probably Brazil, and then we have to find the 4th Brazil, which I guess can be this one. I don't think that's ever Brazil. I don't think that's ever Brazil. Maybe this is Brazil. Like I can't tell. Okay. What does that actually look like? I don't know anything about this game, man. And then we know that this is wrong, right? Wait, this was... Oh, this is surely Mexico. Okay, good to know. So that's probably also Mexico. That's surely Mexico. I think this one looks like Mexico, but does this one look like Chile? Is the other country Chile is the question. I mean, it looks like Chile to me. I don't know. It's one of the other ones wrong. Maybe it's not Chile. Maybe that's the mistake I'm making. Now it's 2 away. What? Dude, I'm just clicking randomly. I need to stop clicking randomly. Why? How is everything one? That doesn't make sense. I guess this is just Mexico then. I guess I would rather go Argentina on this then. Okay. Maybe a little bit too much random clicking, but I don't know. Europe roulette. Okay, here we go. Lock in. 10 seconds per round. Okay, sure. Arbitrary rural Europe. So that doesn't help. Wait, is it Estonia or is it Sweden? Oh, Denmark. Oh no. Why am I ass? Oh, I forgot about the Netherlands. Okay. You see a forest, you go Slovenia. Okay. You see Denmark, you go Denmark. You see Norway maybe, or Sweden. You see what I don't remember where you get those ballards. I actually used to know most of the European ones and I don't remember them anymore. This is Europe, you say? Like Bosnia, or is it like, it's probably more south, low key, like one of, bro. Portugal, maybe. Black and white chevrons. I thought UK here. Is that right? Maybe. Okay. I thought France on this. I guess. Yeah, I probably like France. Or the Netherlands. This is Germany. I have to go Germany on this. Like Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, right? I mean, I should have stayed in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Kinda sucked ass at the Netherlands one. I keep forgetting they have stripes. I mean, I don't know. Could have been a lot better. And I will see you guys tomorrow.